Almost every team in the country in action this weekend. Get your pen out, take some notes, and yes, we do grade on a curve. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Hey, happy Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed some basketball and took your family out to an NAIA game because it is the best entertainment value in America. Let's start, as always, with some milestones. Our good friend Delton, just look what I did. I didn't put his last name. Delton Deal. Y'all know who he is at Nelson, the old Sagu. He got 300 wins. What a great milestone for Delton Deal down there at Nelson University. They are the Lions. 300 career wins and counting. Congratulations, Delton. Also, this is kind of a family milestone. Looking at Concordia University, those are the Bulldogs. Tristan Smith, who's playing for the Bulldogs right now, just passed his brother Gage, who had a tremendous career at Concordia. Tristan now has 1,358 career points, and his brother Gage finished with 1,355. So Tristan's winning the sibling rivalry at this point. Well, I guess at this point, Gage can't make it up now. Also, Oregon Tech guy that obviously I know, Keegan Shivers, really good guy. If you ever get to meet him, he's a really good guy. Oregon Tech, he just surpassed 1,500 points. Congratulations to Keegan Shivers. And to Jeff Rutter as well, Arizona Christian Firestorm. See, I got his last name. Sorry about that, Delton. 300 career wins for Jeff Rutter at Arizona Christian. And they had a big one this weekend, and we'll talk about it as well. Let's just jump into it with the Mid-South. Georgetown, they won this weekend. They played Cumberland. They beat them 99-66. Gavin Stevens, 18 points, 7 rebounds. Tay Dozier, 14 points, 14 rebounds. So the Tigers, they go to 21-1. They're going to host Cumberland's on Thursday. University of the Cumberland, speaking of them, they defeated Campbellsville 86-78. Matthew Cromer, 20 points, 7 rebounds. And Anthony Johnson, 19 points, 3 rebounds. So the Cumberlands, University of the Cumberlands, they go to 17-5, and they're going to be at Georgetown on Thursday in a big showdown game. Take a look at the standings in the Mid-South. Not a big conference, but here's the rest of the scores from the conference. Here's the standings. Right now, Cumberland's has a half-game lead on Georgetown, then Freed Hardeman, who did not play on Saturday. They're a game back. So this Thursday, look for that Cumberland's at Georgetown game, and then Bethel is at Cumberland. Big chance for Cumberland, if they could win that, to get into that top 3. Okay, let's go over to the G-Pack. Always entertaining. Dort defeated Hastings on Saturday, 90-79. Connor Milliken, 22 points, 3 rebounds. Lucas Lorenzen, who's having an amazing season, 23 points, 4 rebounds. Dort defenders, they go to 20-2, and they're going to host Northwestern on Wednesday. So let's keep that in mind, because look, now we go to Concordia. Concordia won in Seward against Midland 89-78. Noah Shutt, 20 points, 2 rebounds. Brooks Kissinger, 21 points, 2 rebounds. So Concordia goes to 19-4, and they're going to be at Northwestern on Saturday. So Northwestern has to go up the road and play Dort on Wednesday, and then they have to host Concordia on Saturday. 2 big games for them. And speaking of Northwestern, they defeated Doane 101-87 on Saturday. Jalen Langsy, 27 points, and Alex Van Kalsbeek, 25 points, 3 rebounds. They go to 20-3, and as I say, they're going to be at Dort on Wednesday. Let's go through the rest of the scores. In the G-Pack, you can see him there. And the standings are getting tight. Yeah, of course they are. It's the G-Pack. Dort has a 1-game lead over both Northwestern and Concordia, and another game back is Morningside. So on Wednesday, as we said 3 times now, Northwestern is going to be at Dort. That's the biggest game on Wednesday. Jumping down to the Red River Conference, LSU Alexandria. They defeated Southwest 79-69. Cashing that had a double-double. Are you surprised? Jackman Abney, he had 18.7 rebounds. The Generals go to 20-1, and they're going to be at North American on Thursday. Here's the rest of the scores in the Red River Conference. Nothing really of note. Everything is what we expected. Here's the standing. So LSU Alexandria has a 3-game lead now on Xavier. So the race here is for second place, and you can see it's getting a little tight. So going to tomorrow, Tuesday, Jarvis Christian is going to be at Xavier, who needs to win to hang on to that second spot. And then Thursday, Xavier has to go to Texas A&M Texarkana. So 2 big tests for Xavier this week. Okay, we go over to the Cascade Conference. College Idaho won a couple this weekend. They go to 20-2. On Friday, they defeated Bushnell in their trip. We call it the trip to the Valley. Bushnell and Corbin, one of the tougher trips of the season. They beat Bushnell 79-57. Sharpshooter, Stratton Rogers, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Samaji Morgan, 12 points, 6 assists. They go to 20-2. And they're on Saturday. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. On Saturday, they defeated Corbin 81-59. Now, this was they avenged that earlier loss, their lone conference loss this season. They avenged that at Corbin. Corbin did them the favor of beating them in Caldwell, so they went back to Corbin and beat them 81-59. Sharpshooter Johnny Radford, 17 points, 4 rebounds. Drew Wyman, 12 points, 4 rebounds. The Yotes are 20-2. This weekend, they're going to host LC State, a big test, and Walla Walla on Friday and Saturday. Oregon Tech on Friday, they were at Evergreen. They beat them 122-92. Cam Osborne, 20 points, 6 rebounds. Blake Jensen, 30 points, 8 rebounds. An amazing season for the Oregon Tech post player. On Saturday, Oregon Tech fell at Northwest. A game they weren't expected to lose. It was a tough, not a good loss for them in the conference. We'll show you in the standings. In that win for Northwest, Trent Williams, 20 points, 8 rebounds. Nash Wobrock, he had 18 points, 3 rebounds, and the 2 winning free throws with less than 5 seconds on the clock. After the game, we were able to talk to Nash Wobrock about what this game meant to him. His team has been struggling this season. It's a big win for him in his senior year. We asked him what it meant to him.
It hurt. I mean...
Nope. Here we go. Oh, my goodness, Bill. Just bear with me. We asked him what this big win meant to him. But sorry about that, folks.
Oh, it's huge. It's a huge win for me. I haven't beat a really, really good team like that in a while. Maybe since my JUCO time, but I think being here, this is probably one of the biggest wins for the school. So I would say it's huge for me and for my teammates as well.
Well, Nash, congratulations. It was a big win.
Thank you.
For the time.
Appreciate it.
And then also we spoke to Trent Williams. I don't know if I made it clear. Nash Wobrock, he hit those winning free throws at the end. Trent Williams, he had 20 points, 8 rebounds. We talked to him about they had a tough loss the night before to Southern Oregon, a heartbreak loss. We asked him about coming back off that loss to get the big win against Oregon Tech Saturday night.
It hurt. I mean, to fight that long, and not come out victorious, it's a punch in the gut, but it's how you respond. And that's what our coaching staff talks about all the time. And having that next game mindset. And that's what we had today. We know that we had that fire built up from yesterday's loss, and we just translated it in today, and we just put it all out there. And I feel like that's what happened.
Hey, I really appreciate Trent Williams and Nash Woolbrock taking a couple minutes right after the game to talk to me. Also, thank you to Coach for making them available immediately after the game. I really appreciated it. Those interviews, by the way, are the entire interviews are available both on X and on the YouTube. So let's take a look at the rest of the games in the conference. LC State won against Warner Pacific as LC State is battling to get in that second spot. Eastern Oregon beat Corbin. Two teams battling for position. That was an overtime game on Friday. And then on Saturday, College of Idaho, as we said, they avenged the loss to Corbin, and LC State won again against Multnomah. Multnomah's a very dangerous team. They're struggling a little bit. They're going to close the school, and the players all know it. So that, I tell you what, that's not a team anybody wants to face right now. But LC State beat them. And Walla Walla, who's been struggling this season, got a big win against Warner Pacific. Congratulations to them. So the standings now, looking at the conference, College of Idaho, they're going to win the conference barring some unforeseen outcome. Oregon Tech and LC State are in a tight battle for second place, and then Corbin, Southern Oregon, and Eastern and Multnomah are all battling for that fourth spot. So Tuesday, Oregon Tech goes to Southern Oregon, a huge rivalry. One of the biggest rivalries in the Northwest. The place should be packed. It might snow, though it might cut it down, but usually it's standing room only, and it's quite crazy, actually. On Friday, LC State's going to be at College of Idaho. Good test for College of Idaho. And then also on Friday, Corbin's at Oregon Tech as they're both battling for position. And then Bushnell will be at Southern. Southern, another team battling for that fourth spot. Let's jump down to the GSAC, the Masters. They fell to Arizona Christian this weekend, 63-59, a great basketball game. The Masters, they go to 19-4. They're going to host Park Gilbert on Wednesday. In that game for Arizona Christian, Jahani Dunkley, 13 points, 8 rebounds. I apologize if I messed up your name. Anthony Howell, 13 points, 2 rebounds. Arizona Christian, they go to 19-4, and they're gonna be at Life Pacific on Thursday. Hope International, they beat Benedictine Mesa on Saturday, 73-66. Nick Hopkins, 16 points, 2 rebounds. Grant Sy, 18 points, 2 rebounds. They're going to host OUAZ on Thursday, and Hope is now 20-3. Let's look at the rest of the games in the conference. These are the games on Saturday. And let's look at the standings. Hope continues to lead the conference by 1 game. Arizona Christian and the Masters are tied for second, 1 game back. So if we look at the games coming up on Wednesday and Thursday, Park Gilbert will be at the Masters, big battle for position, and Arizona Christian will be at Life Pacific. In the Hart Conference, Baker lost again. They've been on one heck of a roll, and they lost a couple straight. They fell 72-70. Aiden Foster for Grandview scored 17 points, 5 rebounds. Jackson Green, 16 points, 4 rebounds. Tough loss for Baker. Big win for Grandview. Baker goes to 19-3, and they're going to host Central Methodist on Wednesday. Let's look at the rest of the games in the Hart. Mid-American Nazarene continues to win. They're battling up. They're tied for 4th at this point. Same way with Park. That's who Mid-America is tied with. I'll show you here in a second. There's all the games in the Hart. So Mid-America, you can see Baker is still a game up over Graceland, and then Mid-America Nazarene and Park, they're battling for that 4th position. Mid-America Nazarene has really done a good job of battling back and getting back in that race for a home playoff game. This Monday tonight, Benedictine is going to be at Grandview. That's probably the biggest game tonight. Going to the Crossroads, Bethel University, they fell again. Another team that was really on a roll and then just bam, bam, dropped a couple. They go to 17-5. They got knocked around in Marion. They went to Lucky Arena, and boy, I tell you what, Greg Tonagel was not a good host. They beat Bethel 94-60. Cademan Bontrager, 25 points, 8 rebounds. Griffin Cleaver, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. So Bethel, in a big game, has to go to Fort Wayne and play St. Francis on Wednesday. Grace College, they defeated Spring Arbor 90-76. Big win for them. Justin DeGraff, 15 points, 2 rebounds. Ian Scott, who's having just an amazing season, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. So Grace goes to 18-4 now, and they are going to host Taylor on Wednesday. And Huntington, they win again. They beat St. Francis. They're at the Platte, 91-69. St. Francis has slipped back now. Lane Sparks, 18 points, 3 rebounds. Landon Jordans, who's had a great couple of games, 21 points, 8 rebounds. The Huntington Foresters, they're going to be at Mount Vernon on Wednesday. They're 17-5 right now. Let's take a look at the rest of the games in the Crossroads. You can just see all the scores there. So the standings right now, Grace and Bethel are tied. They got 2 games up on the field for first place. St. Francis right now is in third. So here's the games. Indiana Wesleyan and Spring Arbor is battling for that 4th position. It's actually a big game for both teams, but I think Spring Arbor has a bit more at stake. Huntington is at Mount Vernon Nazarene. Huntington as well needs a win to stay in that top 4. And then Bethel will be at St. Francis. If Bethel is going to win the Crossroads, they will win this game here. Okay, Montana Tech, they got another buzzer beater. I'll show you two in a second. Hayden Deacons, 20 points, 3 rebounds. And Ifeanyi Okeke, 17 points, 7 rebounds. They won 68-66 on a 3-pointer by Keely Bake. They go to 18-2. They're going to be at Carroll on Thursday. Let's take a look at this game winner by Keely Bake.
All tied at home. Who's going to take the shot? Bake down to 3. The senior will step back for the win. Got it! Nylon at the buzzer! Keely Bake! Ice in his veins! Keely Bake! Unbelievable shot making! The 3rd game in a row. He's had to create a 3.
So I think right now Keely Bake is got to win that Ice Water award in the country. I think he's had more winning shots than anybody else. So other games in the Frontier, Providence wins again. They beat Montana State Northern, and Carroll wins again. They beat Rocky Mountain. Right now, Montana Tech has 2 games up on Providence. That seems to be the race right now. So Rocky Mountain, who's in 3rd, right? Well, look at this. Rocky Mountain, Montana Western, and Carroll are all tied for 3rd. Look at that. So Rocky Mountain is going to be at Montana Western, and Montana Tech is going to be at Providence. So if anybody's going to catch Montana Tech, I think that Providence has to beat them at Providence. If Montana Tech gets them at Providence, my opinion only, I don't think anybody's going to catch Montana Tech. Dalton State, down to the Southern States, they fall this weekend to Mobile, a good Mobile team, 72-70. BJ Comer, he scored the game winner at the buzzer. He ended up with 18 points, 3 rebounds. Jarvis Moss, 14 points. Dalton State, they go to 18-3. They're going to be at ABC on Tuesday. I think they play back-to-back Tuesday and Thursday against them. We'll look at this when I show you this. So let the rest of the games in the Southern States, no big surprises. Everybody, I didn't see any big surprises there. So Dalton State still has a 2-game lead on Mobile. There's so many teams have 1 or 2 games in hand. It's trying to figure out how many games apart they are, but they're close together. You can see that for yourself. So on Thursday, Life is at Faulkner. That's probably and Tennessee Southern, who is always dangerous, has to go to Mobile. And Mobile needs to keep winning if they want to catch Dalton State. American Midwest Conference, William Woods, they won. They won handily, 85-57 over Harris Stowe. Henry Shannon, 19.7 rebounds. Nate Schwartzy, 20.7 rebounds. William Woods, the Owls, they go to 19-2, and they're going to be at Crowley's Ridge on Monday tonight. Central Baptist College wins. They beat Missouri Baptist 82-74. Wade Williams, 18 points, 3 rebounds. And Jonas Carlisle, 18 points, 11 rebounds for the double-double. They go to 18-4, and they're going to be at Mission on Thursday. Let's go through the American Midwest, all the rest of the games. You can see them all there. So William Woods and Central Baptist are in a dead tie. A half game back is Columbia. That's a good race. That's a really good. So keep that in mind. William Woods tonight has to go to Crowley's Ridge. No easy task. On Thursday, William Woods has to go to Columbia. No easy task. And on Thursday also, Central Baptist has to go to Mission. Again, it's not easy. These road games are tough in this conference. So let's keep an eye on those games. In the Sun Conference, Ave Maria did it again. I tell you, they got Florida Memorial's number. They beat them 83-82. Florida Memorial goes to 17-5. And they're going to play. Florida Memorial's going to play at New College of Florida on Wednesday. Sorry, I didn't update that. So let's look closer at this game. In this game, Ave Maria won at 83-82. Nick Filchner, 19 points, 4 rebounds. Jack Watkins, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Ave Maria is going to be at Coastal Georgia on Wednesday. They are 18-5. Take a look at the rest of the Sun. Here's the rest of the scores in the Sun Conference. That Ave Maria game I didn't mention, I forgot to mention, went to overtime. Kaiser beat New College. Okay, so here's the standings. Ave Maria now has a game up on Kaiser and about that same lead against Florida Memorial. So it's a pretty tight race. So Kaiser is going to be at Warner on Wednesday, and Ave Maria is going to be at Coastal Georgia. Jumping over to the Sooner, Langston was idle this Saturday. Here's the scores. Mid-America Christian wins again. And Oklahoma Panhandle, they just keep knocking people off. They're moving up. I'll show you they've moved up in the standings quite a bit. They're fighting for a playoff spot. Nelson beat Wayland Baptist. Nelson's looking really tough right now. So Nelson has a game up on Mid-America Christian, who has risen up to second. Langston is a half game ahead of Wayland Baptist. And Oklahoma Panhandle just keeps jumping up one at a time. They're now tied for 8th. You know, Coach told us his plan, and I've just been tracking it. So, Coach, we're watching. Let's look at the games for Thursday. Nelson is going to be at Central Christian. Any game in the Sooner that in the middle of the description of the game, the word at is, it's going to be tough. So UNT Dallas is at Langston, and then Southwestern Christian is at Wayland Baptist. But Nelson is going to have a big test at Central Christian. University of Pikeville, big win over Bryan. Big win, 78-55. Not only did they win, they beat them good. Bradley Bunch, 18 points, 20 rebounds. That is a big boy double-double. L.A. Walker, one of the top names in the NAIA, 17 points, 5 rebounds. So Pikeville, they go to 19-4. They're going to be at Bluefield on Wednesday. Looking at the Appalachian Conference, Union gets the win over Montreat, a big win for Union. Milligan, a good win over CIU. And Johnson beat Truett McConnell. Why are those wins so big? So Pikeville and Bryan are now dead tied for first. Johnson's a very close second, third, one game back. And CIU is a game and a half back. Yeah, game and a half back. Sorry, my math sometimes isn't that great. So on Wednesday, all the top teams are playing. Milligan is going to be at Bryan. Montreat is going to be at CIU. Johnson has to go on the road at Reinhardt. And Pikeville has to go on the road to Bluefield. So really have to keep an eye on those games on Wednesday. The Appalachian Conference is getting tight. In the Chicagoland, the St. Francis Fighting Saints, they beat Olivet Nazarene 90-52. I know I'm going to mess his name up. Aitor Anabarte, 20 points, 10 rebounds. I apologize if somebody could correct me on his name. I'd appreciate it. And Merrick Small, 15 points, 5 rebounds. The Saints, the Fighting Saints, they go to 18-3, and they will be at Holy Cross on Wednesday. Here's the rest of the scores in the Chicagoland. So St. Francis continues to lead the conference by a game. Then it's St. Xavier, Indiana Northwest, IU, Indiana South Bend. So coming up, St. Francis is at Holy Cross. Indiana South Bend is hosting Calumet. St. X is hosting Viterbo. And Indiana Northwest is hosting Olivet Nazarene. So St. Francis is the only one that has to go on the road in this group. And these games are Wednesday. The River States, a couple big games. St. Mary of the Woods beat Rio Grande. Good win for them. IU East beat Indiana University Columbus to continue to hold their spot. Look at the standings. St. Mary of the Woods is a game up on IU East, who's a game up on Rio Grande. So Indiana Southeast is going to be at Kokomo. They're both 5-5. IU East is going to be at Alice Lloyd as they battle for those top spots. And St. Mary of the Woods at home, they need to hold serve against Brescia. Kansas City, the Kansas Athletic Conference, the KCAC, that it's getting pretty tight as well. Look at this, though. York beat Southwestern. Big win for York. They've struggled this season. That was the only score that really, really caught my eye. Here's the standings. Friends and Oklahoma Wesleyan are dead tied. 1 game back St. Mary, 1 game back Bethel, and Ottawa are tied for 4th. So all those teams are in action. Southwestern's going to be at Oklahoma Wesleyan. Ottawa's going to be at Avila. They have to travel. Evangel's going to be at St. Mary, and Sterling is going to be at Bethel. So Ottawa is the only one that has to go on the road in that group, and those games are on Wednesday. In the HPCU, there's a late Sunday game we'll catch you up on tomorrow. But Tougaloo fell to Suno. That was a tough loss for Tougaloo. There's the rest of the scores. So Tougaloo is now dead tied with Stillman, and they're a half game ahead of Dillard, who is in action Sunday night. We'll catch you up on that tomorrow. Games coming up. Monday, William Carey is at Tougaloo. Keep an eye on that. And then also this game we'll catch you up on tomorrow too. Dillard really needs, they're at home. They really need that game. In the Wolverine Hoosier, the WAC conference, it's starting to tighten up after first place. Madonna wins at Cornerstone. Huge win for Madonna. And Northwestern Ohio gets a good win at Aquinas. Here's the standings. Indiana Tech has a commanding lead right now with 3 games. Lourdes, Cornerstone are tied for second. And look who's there. Madonna, who I'm sorry, everybody wrote Madonna off. Madonna could easily finish second in this conference. We'll have to see what's going to happen. So Rochester is going to be at Lourdes. And Madonna has to go to Northwestern Ohio. Tough trip. So we'll see what happens in those games. In the North Star, Dickinson State beat Jamestown in the big games of the year, 77-69. So Dickinson State, they have a 2-game lead up on Jamestown. And this weekend, Dickinson State and Jamestown play Mayville and Valley City. And then they switch opponents on Saturday. Depending on what's happened, it's either going to tighten that race right back up or Dickinson could run away with it. We'll have to see. That's what I have. I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you very much. Make sure you get out to an NAIA game. It's truly the best entertainment value in America. And I do appreciate everyone who watches. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all I got. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school, because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.